In this video, I will speak about frameworks, integrity, and the 6 opulences we possess to some extent. Let's make the analogy between introducing a new framework in a company to a patient getting treatment. A patient is prescribed a special diet and a treatment. If the patient doesn't follow the diet and the treatment, he or she will not get cured. The doctor can prescribe another treatment, yet if the patient doesn't follow it, again, it might have no effect. Similarly, in big organizations, changing frameworks only works if employees follow the rules of agility, of integrity, and high work ethic ultimately. The diet, so to speak, of those frameworks, be it SAFe, Scrum, LESS, or any other framework. Some big projects or programs resemble the gods and demigods of the Indian tradition. Similar analogies can be drawn with other religious frameworks. I'm sorry, I will use the one I'm most familiar with. Please be aware that the intent here is not to offend any framework or culture, spiritual or corporate, but rather to draw some similarities to bring together rather than separate or criticize. Bear with me. You'll see the similarities soon enough. In the Vaishnava tradition, there are different stakeholders. There is Lord Krishna, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Gauranitai. We come to each one of these incarnations or expansions of God, who is the one and only ultimate authority, despite the misguided idea of seeing Indian religions only as pluralism. Anyway, so we come to solve one specific problem. We come to Gauranitai for mercy, to Lord Nrsimhadev for protection. Just like we would appeal to a technical director for mitigating risks, to a DevOps, to implement a change in high environments, and so on. Higher the environment or higher the impact of our delivery on a system, higher a stakeholder we will engage to find a solution, mitigate a risk. We are often afraid, feeling unworthy of appealing directly to God or a vice president of a department or a company, because I have a problem which seems paltry and I feel insignificant. Who am I to speak to God? Who am I to speak to a high stakeholder? An example of stakeholder engagement from the Christian tradition. If I cannot get to God directly, either because I am unworthy or because I feel unworthy, then appeal to one of the saints, to one of the disciples of Jesus, or Jesus himself. Whether we recognize it or not, we all worship a demigod because to some extent we are slaves to our desires. Some of us worship the god of money and abundance, that's Lord Ganesh. Some of us worship and aspire to unconditional love, and that's Lord Krishna. Some of us want to overcome our inner demons, possess self-control, transform the darkness into light both within and around us, that's Lord Shiva's expertise. We might as well recognize that both religiously and professionally we worship knowledge, financial gain, renunciation. These are actually seen as the 6 attributes of God: beauty, strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, and renunciation. A CEO of a company and its C-level stakeholders usually possess these 6 opulences to some extent, regardless of the fact that you believe in their existence or not. They have some fame, they are known to many. They have strength, authority over others. They are usually financially powerful, and oftentimes they even possess a measure of renunciation. If you feel skeptical about this 6th opulence, renunciation, then let me remind you about all the billionaires who donate their entire wealth to charity, or at least want to portray their renunciation towards material goods to the whole wide world. In conclusion, ideally, these 6 opulences we will all use in the service of others. You are paid for your voice, as a project manager, as a business analyst, as an architect, as a developer. So speak up, politely and kindly, but speak up. Give others the opportunity to serve you as well.